Is Jin BTS risking his career with Echo? A deep dive into the shocking lyrics of Silent Waves that sparked national debate. Why would a global superstar release a song that challenges the very system he's been part of for more than a decade? Is Jin of BTS subtly criticizing South Korea's relentless work culture? Or is there a deeper, more emotional truth hidden within his newest track? What is he trying to say? And why is the South Korean government paying attention? On April 14th, 2025, the world paused, not due to conflict or scandal, but because Kim Seokjin, famously known as Jin of BTS, emerged from his military service not with a cheerful comeback, but with a beautifully somber and hauntingly powerful second mini-album titled Echo. This wasn't just a return, this was a declaration. But not everyone was prepared for what came next. While fans celebrated the release of the album, one particular track, Silent Waves, began stirring waves that no one could have predicted. Was this song merely a poetic musing or a bold social commentary on the grueling realities faced by millions in South Korea? The announcement of Echo was delivered through BTS's official X, formerly Twitter, account. The post was stark, featuring cover art that portrayed an empty road under soft neon lighting, with a solitary figure walking away. It carried no fanfare, only the word Echo, and a link to pre-order the album. Jin's accompanying message read, "For the nights we were too tired to scream and too brave to stop walking." It was the kind of line that felt more like a confession than a promotion, the kind that sits with you, begging to be understood. When the album dropped on April 17th, fans were immediately drawn to its layered instrumentation, delicate production, and the evident maturity in Jin's vocals. But it was Silent Waves that left the deepest impression. It felt different, less like a K-pop track, more like a late-night cry for help. Within hours, armies around the world took to social media to express their emotional reactions. People posted videos of themselves crying, writing captions such as, "This is exactly how I felt for years," and "He's putting our unspoken pain into words." The song's central lyric, "Working hours crush the soul, yet we keep running in circles," didn't just resonate. It exploded, but admiration quickly turned into controversy. Korean news outlets began publishing think pieces questioning the message behind Jin's lyrics. Was this a call for awareness or a careless provocation? One headline boldly asked, "Is Jin romanticizing resentment?" Another, more conservative media column suggested that Jin's song may damage national morale by glamorizing discontent. This criticism wasn't just from fringe commentators. Shockingly, an official from South Korea's Ministry of Employment and Labor released a statement expressing concern over the message of the song, warning that such portrayals could negatively influence youth perception of national work values. In just 48 hours, Jin went from beloved artist to a lightning rod for a nationwide debate. But even amidst the firestorm, support from fans and many ordinary workers flooded social platforms. Thousands defended Jin, saying he had finally voiced what so many were afraid to say out loud. To them, Silent Waves was not an attack, it was a mirror. A fan wrote on X, "He's not criticizing us, he's reflecting us." And it hurts because it's true. Bighit Music, BTS's management agency, issued a calm yet carefully crafted statement. They said, "Silent Waves was written to inspire introspection and healing. It was never intended to target or criticize, but rather to reflect emotional struggles many of us experience." Yet the label statement did not dismiss the lyrical intent either, leading many to believe that Jin had indeed poured his real thoughts and perhaps pain into this song. Whether deliberate or subconscious, Jin had just become the unexpected voice of a cultural reckoning. Who is Jin, then, in this moment? Not just a performer, not just a singer, but perhaps an artist daring enough to unearth his own vulnerability and wrap it in melody. During his military service, it's been rumored that Jin wrote many entries in his personal journal, some of which evolved into song lyrics. According to someone who served alongside him in Division 5, Jin often stayed up late after lights out, sitting by the window, writing in silence. Could these scribbled thoughts be the foundation of Silent Waves? Could this song be his own echo, one that bounced through the quiet halls of military barracks and out into the world? The song's creation itself is layered in mystery. It wasn't recorded in a lavish studio in Seoul, but rather in a humble private room during one of his final breaks before military discharge. A music producer who worked on the track anonymously stated that the original demo version of Silent Waves was barely a song, just whispered pain and trembling vocals. The decision to keep the raw, stripped-down emotion was intentional. Jin, the producer said, didn't want perfection. He wanted truth, As the controversy mounted, so did the album's popularity. Echo shot to the top of global charts. International fans began translating the lyrics, debating the symbolism, and drawing parallels to global workplace burnout. In Europe, labor activists praised the track. In the US, think pieces emerged comparing Silent Waves to protest songs of the 1960s. Even Time magazine featured Jin in an online cover article titled Jin's Whisper, the song that broke the silence. But not everyone was celebrating. Within South Korea, tensions grew. Politicians began discussing the responsibility of public figures and the limits of artistic freedom. Some called for stricter regulations on content produced by high-profile celebrities. Conservative circles accused Jin of eroding traditional values, and one public figure went as far as calling for a formal apology. Then came the unexpected twist. Jin went live. Without any prior notice, Jin opened a live broadcast on Weverse. It wasn't flashy. He sat alone in a softly lit room. He wore a plain black hoodie, no makeup, no music. The room was quiet, eerily so. After a long silence, Jin spoke, his voice trembling slightly. "I didn't write this song to blame anyone. I wrote it for the part of me that couldn't scream when I wanted to." He paused, looked away from the camera, and then added, "If this song helped even one person feel less alone, I'm glad I wrote it, even if it cost me." It was the kind of confession that silences a room, and perhaps the first moment people truly understood what Silent Waves meant. What happens next remains uncertain. Will Jin be forced to retract his words, or will this spark a larger national conversation about mental health, burnout, and the crushing expectations placed on citizens and celebrities alike? Will Bighit protect Jin's freedom of expression, or will industry pressures result in future censorship? Most importantly, will other artists be inspired by Jin's boldness to speak their truth? Silent Waves is no longer just a song. It is a movement, a conversation, a quiet resistance dressed in melody. It is the sound of a man refusing to stay silent about the pain he once buried deep within his heart. The question is, are we ready to listen? In the days following the release of Jin's second mini-album, Echo, the reverberations of its most contentious track, Silent Waves, have not only persisted but intensified. The song's poignant lyrics have sparked a multifaceted debate, drawing in voices from across the spectrum of South Korean society and beyond. The controversy centers around the line, "Working hours crush the soul, yet we keep running in circles," which many interpret as a critique of South Korea's demanding work culture. This interpretation has led to a polarized response. While some view Jin's words as a necessary spotlight on societal issues, others perceive them as an unwarranted attack on national values. Bighit Music, Jin's management agency, issued a statement clarifying that the song was intended to inspire introspection rather than criticism. However, this explanation has done little to quell the discourse. The public's reaction remains divided, with some praising Jin's courage to address such topics, while others call for a more measured approach from public figures. Adding to the complexity, reports have surfaced suggesting that Jin's relationship with Bighit Music may be strained. Fans have voiced concerns over perceived disparities in the promotion of Jin's work compared to other BTS members. Instances such as the minimalistic display of Jin's previous album, The Astronaut, at the HYB headquarters have fueled these sentiments. Despite the controversy, Echo has achieved significant commercial success, topping charts and resonating with a global audience. International fans have rallied behind Jin, interpreting Silent Waves as a universal anthem for those grappling with the pressures of modern life. As the conversation continues, Jin's Echo stands as a testament to the power of music to provoke thought and challenge societal norms. Whether viewed as a bold statement or a misstep, Silent Waves has undeniably sparked a necessary dialogue on work culture and mental health, both in South Korea and around the world.